We live in a world full of noise, a world where distractions are everywhere. Whether it's the constant stream of social media, the endless list of demands from work or family, or the doubts and fears that arise within us, it can be so easy to lose sight of what truly matters. But today I want to remind you of something very important. You have the power to control where you place your focus. Your goals, your dreams, they are the blueprint of your future. But in order to bring those dreams to life, you must make a choice. Will you focus on your distractions or will you focus on your goals? Clarity is the first step. If you haven't already, take the time to define your goals clearly. Break them down into actionable steps. When your goals are clear, you know exactly what direction to move in. Every decision, every action should align with those goals. But distractions will always be there: external pressures, negative voices, doubts within yourself. These distractions have one thing in common: they pull you away from your purpose. They try to convince you to change your course, to settle for less than what you deserve. And here's the truth: they only succeed if you allow them to. It's crucial that you learn to identify distractions, not just the obvious ones, but the subtle ones too. Negative thoughts, procrastination, or even people who don't understand your vision, these are all distractions that will drain your energy and focus. Once you recognize them, it's time to practice the art of prioritization. Ask yourself daily, is this bringing me closer to my goals? If the answer is no, then it doesn't deserve your time or attention. Focus on what moves you forward. Protect your time like it's your most precious resource, because in truth it is. Mindfulness is another powerful tool. By staying present in the moment, you minimize the chance of your mind wandering into distractions. Whether you're working, spending time with loved ones, or simply resting, give it your full attention. By staying focused, you begin to see progress in even the smallest tasks, and that progress fuels your momentum. And finally, let's talk about resilience. Life will test you. Distractions will try to pull you off track, but your resilience, the ability to stay committed to your goals, even when the road gets tough, will be the key to your success. When you face setbacks, keep your focus on the end goal. Don't let the noise of the world drown out your purpose. Remember, achieving your goals isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about keeping your eyes on the prize and doing what needs to be done, one step at a time. The more you focus on your goals and let go of your distractions, the closer you will come to making those dreams a reality. You are capable of greatness, but you must decide to direct your focus. Focus on your goals, not your distractions, and watch how your life transforms. Clarity of purpose is the cornerstone of any meaningful journey. Without a clear understanding of where you're headed, every decision you make can feel like you're wandering aimlessly in the dark, unsure of which path to take. When you have clarity about your goals, every action becomes purposeful, every effort intentional. This clarity is not just about having a vague idea of what you want to achieve, it's about defining your goals in a way that is concrete, specific, and measurable. Many people struggle with this because they are often unclear about what they truly want. They may have a general desire for success or happiness, but they haven't taken the time to break that down into actionable steps. It's easy to get lost in the daily grind, responding to the demands of life without ever pausing to ask, where am I going? What do I truly want to create in my life? Without that clarity, it's easy to get distracted by things that don't contribute to your vision, or to feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of tasks that seem to demand your attention. To gain clarity, you must first spend time reflecting on what you truly want. This requires honesty and self-awareness. Ask yourself, what are the things that matter most to you? What kind of life do you want to build? What does success look like for you personally? It may seem simple, but this step is often neglected. People get so caught up in what others expect of them, or in what society defines as success, that they forget to ask themselves these fundamental questions. Once you've identified what's truly important to you, it's time to make your goals as specific and actionable as possible. General goals like I want to be successful or I want to be happy are too vague to guide your actions. You need to create clear, measurable objectives that you can work toward every day. For instance, instead of saying I want to be successful, you could say, I want to launch my own business within the next year, or I want to write and publish a book in the next 6 months. These are specific goals that have a clear timeline and clear steps attached to them. The more specific you can get, the easier it becomes to make decisions that align with your goals and avoid distractions that lead you off track. This clarity of purpose also brings focus. When you know exactly what you're working toward, it becomes easier to evaluate opportunities and decisions. You can ask yourself, does this move me closer to my goal or further away? If it's the former, then it deserves your attention. If it's the latter, then it's a distraction. This filter helps you maintain focus and make better decisions about how you spend your time and energy. Clarity also helps you persevere when things get tough. The road to any worthwhile goal is rarely smooth. You'll face obstacles, challenges, and setbacks along the way. But when you have a clear sense of why you're doing something, when you can visualize the outcome and the reward, it becomes easier to push through the hard times. Your sense of purpose will keep you grounded and remind you that the challenges are part of the process, not signs of failure. Without clarity, you're more likely to give up when things get difficult because you haven't fully committed to the vision of what you're trying to achieve. The moment you define your goals clearly and make them a part of your identity, they become a driving force in your life. It's no longer about getting through each day, hoping something works out. It's about taking deliberate steps every single day toward the life you've envisioned. In addition to clarity about your goals, it's important to understand the why behind them. Why is this goal meaningful to you? What will achieving it bring into your life? Understanding your deeper motivations strengthens your commitment to your goals. It fuels your drive when things get difficult and helps you stay focused even when distractions are pulling at you from every direction. In summary, clarity of purpose is not just about knowing what you want, but understanding why it matters and how to break it down into actionable steps. When you achieve this clarity, you empower yourself to stay focused and intentional. You eliminate the noise of distractions and make progress every day toward your vision. Clarity is the foundation that supports everything else you do. And without it, you risk living a life driven by distractions rather than purpose. Distractions are one of the greatest obstacles to success, and understanding their nature is crucial for maintaining focus on your goals. We live in an age where distractions are abundant, and they come in many forms: external influences like social media, news, and other people, as well as internal distractions such as self-doubt, fear, and negative thinking. These distractions pull us away from our true purpose, leading us to waste time and energy on things that do not contribute to our growth. The first step in overcoming distractions is recognizing them, both the obvious ones and the subtle ones that can sneak into our lives without us even realizing it. External distractions are the easiest to spot. They are the things in your environment that compete for your attention, demanding that you divert your focus away from your goals. Social media is one of the most common culprits. With the constant barrage of notifications, messages, and updates, it's easy to find yourself scrolling through your phone, losing track of time and forgetting what you were supposed to be doing. Social media platforms are designed to capture your attention and keep you engaged for as long as possible, making it one of the most powerful distractions of our time. However, it's not just social media, it's also the constant news cycle, emails, and even conversations with others that can pull your focus away from what you need to be working on. Another major external distraction is the pressure and expectations from other people. Whether it's family, friends, or colleagues, everyone has their own ideas of what you should be doing, and these opinions can easily sway you from your path. When you're not clear on your goals, it's easy to be influenced by other people's agendas. They may suggest you take a different route or follow a path that they believe will bring you success, even if it doesn't align with your vision. These distractions can come in the form of well-meaning advice, unsolicited opinions, or expectations that don't necessarily serve your best interests. It's important to be discerning and learn how to say no to these distractions, even if they come from people you care about. Internal distractions, however, are often more insidious. They originate within your own mind and can be even harder to identify. Negative thoughts and feelings of self-doubt are powerful distractions that can derail your progress. If you don't believe in your own abilities, or if you're constantly second-guessing yourself, these thoughts will occupy your mind and prevent you from taking the necessary actions toward your goals. Fear of failure, imposter syndrome, and perfectionism are all internal distractions that can hold you back. You might spend so much time worrying about whether you're good enough or whether things will go wrong that you never move forward at all. Procrastination is another internal distraction that many people struggle with. It's easy to put things off when you feel overwhelmed, unsure, or simply unwilling to face the tasks ahead of you. Procrastination often stems from a fear of failure or a lack of confidence in your abilities. It's the mind's way of avoiding discomfort, but in the process, you end up avoiding the very thing that will help you move closer to your goals. The longer you delay taking action, the further you move away from what you truly want to achieve. Recognizing distractions, both external and internal, is the first step toward overcoming them. Once you become aware of what is pulling your attention away from your goals, you can take steps to eliminate or reduce these distractions. One of the most effective ways to do this is by creating an environment that supports your focus. This might mean limiting your time on social media, turning off notifications, or setting boundaries with others to protect your time. It also means being honest with yourself about the internal distractions you face. If self-doubt or fear is holding you back, acknowledge these feelings and find ways to address them. Journaling, affirmations, or working with a mentor or coach can help you gain clarity and confidence. Another key strategy is learning how to manage your time effectively. Distractions often arise when we feel like there isn't enough time to accomplish everything we need to do. But when you prioritize your tasks and create a structured plan, you're less likely to waste time on distractions. Set clear goals and break them down into manageable steps. By focusing on one task at a time and staying present in the moment, you reduce the likelihood of becoming distracted. Ultimately, overcoming distractions requires self-discipline and mindfulness. It means being proactive about protecting your time and energy, recognizing when something is pulling you off course, and making the conscious decision to refocus. When you consistently choose your goals over distractions, you build momentum that propels you toward success. The more you practice staying focused, the easier it becomes to avoid the distractions that once seemed so overwhelming. And with every small victory, you move closer to achieving your goals, one step at a time. Prioritization is a crucial skill in today's fast-paced world, especially when it comes to achieving long-term goals. Without the ability to prioritize, we often find ourselves overwhelmed by a never-ending list of tasks and obligations, many of which do not align with our true purpose. We live in a time where everyone demands a piece of our attention, and it can be easy to get lost in the sea of distractions, obligations, and urgent matters that pull us away from what really matters. To achieve the success you desire, it's vital that you learn to prioritize what truly moves you closer to your goals, rather than getting caught up in what others or society deem important. When you don't prioritize, it's easy to fall into the trap of being reactive rather than proactive. You begin to spend your time responding to what's happening around you instead of actively pursuing your goals. For instance, you might wake up in the morning and immediately dive into emails, meetings, or social media, and before you know it, half the day has passed without you having made any progress on your most important objectives. This happens because you haven't taken the time to decide what matters most to you and align your actions accordingly. Without clear prioritization, you end up putting out fires instead of advancing in the direction of your dreams. The first step in prioritization is recognizing that not everything on your to-do list deserves your attention. Many of us fill our days with tasks that seem important in the moment but don't significantly contribute to our larger goals. These tasks can be small, everyday activities that give us a sense of being productive. But in the grand scheme, they don't lead to meaningful progress. They are distractions in disguise. To avoid this, start by evaluating your tasks and asking yourself, will this bring me closer to my ultimate goal? If the answer is no, it's time to reconsider whether this task deserves your time and energy. Once you've identified what matters most, you need to prioritize those tasks over others. This requires a certain level of discipline and the ability to say no to things that don't align with your vision. It's easy to get caught up in the requests and demands of other people, but you must learn how to set boundaries and protect your time. Saying no doesn't mean being rude or dismissive. It means respecting your time and protecting the energy you need to focus on your priorities. Whether it's a meeting that doesn't contribute to your goals, a social event that takes you away from your work, or even a hobby that no longer serves your growth, being able to say no will help you maintain focus on what truly matters. Another aspect of prioritization is understanding the difference between urgent and important tasks. Urgent tasks demand immediate attention, but they are not always aligned with your long-term goals. They might be things that others expect you to handle right away, like responding to emails, answering phone calls, or attending to someone else's needs. These tasks can quickly take up a significant portion of your time and energy, leaving little room for the things that are important but not urgent, things like personal development, strategic planning, or working on projects that will move you closer to your long-term vision. Prioritizing means recognizing that not every urgent task is worth your time and that you should focus on what will have the most significant impact on your future. Effective prioritization also involves being mindful of your energy levels and understanding when you're most productive. Everyone has a time of day when they are at their best, when their mind is sharp, their energy is high, and they can focus deeply on complex tasks. For some people, this is in the morning. For others, it's in the afternoon or evening. By understanding your peak performance times, you can prioritize your most important and challenging tasks during these periods, ensuring that you're putting your best efforts into the work that will help you achieve your goals. During periods of lower energy, you can focus on less demanding tasks or take breaks to recharge. Time blocking is another helpful tool in the prioritization process. By blocking out time in your calendar for specific tasks or activities, you create a structure that prevents distractions and ensures that you're dedicating the right amount of time to your most important work. Time blocking forces you to be intentional with your time, and it helps you avoid the temptation of multitasking or getting sidetracked by less important tasks. It's also important to regularly reassess your priorities. As your goals evolve, so too will the tasks that support them. What was once a priority might no longer be relevant, and new priorities may emerge. Regularly evaluating and adjusting your priorities ensures that you stay on track and that your actions remain aligned with your long-term vision. In summary, prioritization is about making deliberate choices regarding where you spend your time and energy. It's about focusing on the tasks and activities that will bring you closer to your goals while learning to say no to distractions and less important tasks. When you prioritize effectively, you free up your time and mental energy to work on what truly matters. You become more intentional in your actions, and as a result, you make faster progress toward achieving the life and success you've always envisioned. Prioritization is not just a skill, it's a mindset that, when embraced, can transform your approach to achieving your dreams. Time management is an essential skill when it comes to achieving any goal, but it's especially crucial when you're focused on something important. We often hear the phrase time is money, but it's even more than that. Time is a limited resource, and how we choose to spend it can make or break our success. Understanding the value of time and learning how to manage it effectively can have a profound impact on the trajectory of your personal and professional life. By becoming intentional with how you allocate your time, you ensure that you're always moving forward, always closer to your goals, instead of letting time slip away in unproductive or misguided activities. The first step in effective time management is understanding that time, once lost, cannot be regained. Each minute you spend doing something that doesn't align with your long-term goals is a minute that will never come back. So it's essential to view time as the precious resource it truly is. This mindset shift encourages you to become more conscious of how you spend each day. Without a clear awareness of where your time goes, it's easy to get distracted, procrastinate, or waste precious hours on activities that don't contribute to your success. By being mindful of how you spend your time, you set yourself up for greater productivity and progress. A powerful method for managing time is to plan ahead. Successful people understand that planning is a critical part of time management. This doesn't just mean having a vague idea of what you'd like to accomplish in the future, but creating a clear, actionable roadmap of what you need to do and when. Start each day by making a list of tasks, but be sure to prioritize the ones that will have the most impact on your goals. Having a clear understanding of the most important tasks that need to be completed will help you avoid distractions and procrastination. When you know what matters most and have a plan to tackle it, you're less likely to waste time on unimportant things. It's also vital to break larger goals into smaller, manageable tasks. Overwhelming tasks can often cause procrastination, making it tempting to avoid them altogether. But when you break these tasks into smaller, actionable steps, it makes them feel less daunting and much more achievable. By approaching a big task step by step, you can manage your time more effectively, tackling each part as its own separate task. This reduces stress and allows you to steadily make progress toward your larger goals without feeling overwhelmed. Another key aspect of time management is learning to avoid multitasking. While it may seem like multitasking allows you to get more done in less time, studies have shown that switching between tasks can actually reduce productivity. When you try to do too many things at once, your brain is forced to constantly shift focus, which slows down your efficiency and leads to errors. Instead, focus on one task at a time, complete it, and then move on to the next. By dedicating your full attention to each task, you can perform more efficiently and produce higher quality work. Effective time management requires you to learn how to set boundaries. In today's world, we are constantly connected through technology, and it's easy for others to demand our time. Whether it's emails, phone calls, meetings, or social media notifications, the constant interruptions can eat into the time you need to focus on your goals. Setting clear boundaries with others and with yourself is essential to protecting your time. This might mean setting specific hours for answering emails or social media, limiting the time you spend on meetings, or even saying no to activities that don't align with your priorities. By respecting your own time, you teach others to do the same, and you create an environment where you can focus and be productive. In the same vein, time management also means knowing when to take breaks. It's easy to think that the more time you spend working, the more productive you are. However, this mindset often leads to burnout and reduced efficiency. Working for long stretches without rest can result in diminishing returns, where the quality of your work decreases over time. Taking regular breaks not only helps to recharge your energy, but also improves focus and creativity. By scheduling breaks into your day, you allow yourself the opportunity to rest, reflect, and reset, which ultimately makes you more effective when you return to your work. Another important element of time management is tracking your progress. As you work toward your goals, take the time to assess how you're doing. Are you on track? Are there areas where you're wasting time or not being as efficient as you could be? Reflecting on your progress allows you to adjust your approach and find ways to improve. This continuous process of evaluation ensures that you're always working in the most efficient and productive way possible, which leads to greater results over time. Managing your time is about creating balance and making intentional choices. You can't control every minute of your day, but you can control how you prioritize and allocate your time. With a clear plan, a focused mindset, and an understanding of your own energy and limits, you can manage your time in a way that moves you toward your goals. Time management isn't just about fitting more tasks into your day. It's about using the time you have wisely, working smarter, not harder, and making sure that your efforts are aligned with your purpose. When you manage your time effectively, you empower yourself to achieve great things, one step at a time.